How's it going, everybody? What up, YouTube Live? Let me tell everybody here on the social media that I am now live at youtube.com/ramascreenwound. All right, sorry, I've been away this past week. Um, did I get that right? Okay. Yeah, I'm not live at youtube.com/ramascreenwound. There you go. Voila. Sorry, I've been away this past week. I hadn't uploaded anything Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, until now. I finally uploaded something today, two reviews, so you guys can check them out here at the channel. It's the review of Ben is Back and the review of the documentary um, about Roger Ailes, Divide and Conquer. And this Sunday, I don't think I'm gonna be planning to have the weekly show rocking it with Rama Screen Live because I will be busy this Sunday. I'll be doing a collabo video with fellow YouTuber Jared Buckendall. If you don't know who Jared Buckendall is, follow him on Twitter. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. One of the funniest guys on the planet. And Jared and I will be discussing all of Transformers movies leading up to or in anticipation of the upcoming Bumblebee. So it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be really, really good conversation. Just two geeks talking about movies. So it's not gonna be like one is interviewing the other. Um, so I want to discuss this because again, this Sunday I won't be here for the Rockin' It with Rama Screen Live, and I think that this story is developing as we speak. So we might get an even like breaking news, an even newer breaking news by tomorrow, um, because it's just crazy. So it not crazy as in like maniacal or dumb or stupid, but it's just like insane. Um, Kevin Hart, he got hired or he got chosen to host the Oscars, 2019 Oscars, the 91st annual Academy Awards, and that's awesome. When that news hit the web yesterday, I was stoked. One, because I'm a huge fan of Kevin Hart's, and number two, I thought he did a great job hosting Justin Bieber roast. Remember that? Do you remember the Comedy Central roast of Justin Bieber in 2015? Kevin Hart was the MC and Kevin Hart was the host. And man, he knocked it out of the park. And of course, Kevin, he can crack you up, man. He's hilarious as hell. First of all, I was surprised that Jimmy Kimmel did not want to do a three-peat, but I get it. He's busy, right? He's a late night host, so he's not coming back for the third time. But so there's no perfect choice, no more, or there's no better choice than Kevin Hart to take on the mantle. He's at the height of his popularity right now too. He's in every movie, like every 3 months you get to see a Kevin Hart movie, a Kevin Hart starring movie. Holy crap, man! Yeah, I thought he was like the new Martin Lawrence, but even Martin Lawrence didn't bust out the movies this often. Um, so yeah, I was stoked. I was happy. I was happy for Kevin. I'm looking forward to February. It's gonna be an awesome award season. I think he's gonna do a great job and blah 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 blah. And fast forward to today. Um, and throughout the past 24 hours or so, there have been there has been backlash against Kevin Hart hosting the Oscars. Why? Because turns out Kevin Hart did some gay tweets, gay jokes tweets back in the day, about 10 years ago. I'm going to read to you some of the stuff that he tweeted, at least the one I could fished out on the internet here. Some people have the screenshots of those tweets. Let's see if I could recover those tweets. But anyway, they're not good. I usually like let's see here. I usually like any joke, all fair play when it comes to jokes, right? For me, when it comes to comedy, comedy usually gets a pass. But these particular jokes were not funny. I don't know what Kevin Hart was thinking at that time. Um, but it takes me back to again to not only James Gunn, but Trevor Noah. Do you remember Trevor Noah? He's the guy who is the current host of the Daily Show. He took over after Jon Stewart retired from Comedy Central, and I remember when news hit the web that Trevor Noah was gonna take Jon Stewart's place, and all of a sudden people digged up or dug up his old tweets um, that were sort of anti-Semitic. Now he didn't tweet that out of hate. He didn't. He tweeted those, I guess you could say, Jewish-related jokes. And again, I didn't find them funny, but there was pressure. Like everybody's like, "Come on, Comedy Central, don't hire Trevor Noah. Don't hire Trevor Noah." They end up hiring him, and it's one of those cases again when I even though I don't like the jokes, I gotta say, like, dude, he's a jokester. He's a comedian. The comedian doesn't mean that all the jokes will be well received. And not all the jokes will be funny. Like, funny is relative. What's funny to you may not be funny to me. So that's why I always give comedy, 99% or nine a pass, because that's what they do. Comedians are trying to be funny, and sometimes the jokes don't land. Um, so back to Kevin Hart. Yeah, again, I can't find the tweets right now. I apologize. I think somebody deleted it. So Kevin Hart released an Instagram video. I think two Instagram videos. The first one was basically saying, and I'm gonna play it for you guys. Hey, I don't know if I need to I'll keep apologizing for this. It's been like I've been you know I've already made my responses about these tweets a long time ago. I don't need to explain myself again or again and again and again. Like, how many times do I need to do this? So basically what Kevin Hart is saying in this video is like, hey, why do I need to apologize when I've done it before in the past and several times too? So let's check out what he said here.
I swear, man, our world is becoming beyond crazy. I'm not going to let the craziness frustrate me or anger me, especially when I worked hard to get to the mental space that I am at now. My team calls me, oh my God, Kevin, the world is upset about tweets you did years ago. Oh my God. Guys.
Sorry. I
swear, man,
I had to redo that again.
Becoming beyond crazy. I'm not going to let the craziness frustrate me or anger me, especially when I worked hard to get to the mental space that I am at now. My team calls me, oh my God, Kevin, the world is upset about tweets you did years ago. Oh my God. Guys, I'm almost 40 years old. If you don't believe that people change, grow, evolve as they get older, I don't know what to tell you. If you want to hold people in a position where they always have to justify or explain their past, then do you. I'm the wrong guy, man. I'm in a great place, a great mature place, where all I do is spread positivity. If you're not doing that, you're not on my page.
You guys hear that? All right. So that's interesting, right? Let's see here. So there's the development. Before I give you my thoughts about it, the development was that the Academy, and I'm going to play Kevin's latest Instagram post. Apparently, the Academy that hired him to host the Oscars called him. So hours after he made, I don't think it's hours after, but anyway, a few moments after that, let's just put it that way. He posted this latest Instagram video saying, "Hey, the Academy called me and said, hey, Kevin, you need to apologize for those tweets. Otherwise, we're going to have to find a new host for this February." So let's check out the video here. See what he says here.
So I just got a call from the Academy, and I have to move on to find another host. Talk about the tweets from 2009, 2010. I chose to pass. I passed on the apology. The reason why I passed is because I've addressed this several times. This is not the first time this has come up. I've addressed it. I've spoken on it. I've said where the rights and wrongs were. I've said who I am now versus who I was then. I've done it. I've done it. I'm not going to continue to go back and tap into the days of old when I moved on and I'm in a completely different space in my life. The same energy that went into finding those old tweets could be the same energy put into finding the response to the questions that have been asked years after years after years. We feed in the internet trolls and we reward them. I'm not going to do it, man. I'm going to be me. I'm going to stay in my ground. Regardless, Academy, I'm thankful and appreciative of the opportunity. If it goes away, no harm, no foul.
Okay, so there's a lot to break down here. And stay with me. I'm trying to cover all these grounds. First of all, that was pretty gracious. Gracious is not the word for it. I guess what I'm looking for is appropriate, especially how Kevin Hart ended that video. He said, "Hey, the Academy, I'm grateful for the opportunity. If it goes away, that's fine. No harm, no foul." So what he's other people would probably be like, "Oh, fuck you, Academy. What are you talking? Are you trying to take this away from me? You're trying to revoke my hosting gig? You know what? F you." No. Kevin Hart did not do that. Kevin Hart was pretty mighty big about it. It's like, hey, that's cool. If we part ways, that's totally fine. So I gotta give him credits for that. Gotta give him some credit for that. I don't know which side to go with. I'm gonna say that I get everybody's point of views on this one. Let's go with Kevin first. Yeah, it seems that we're in this day and age. Let's go back to James Gunn as an example, where it's so easy to topple somebody off their career, by digging up the past. And you get this: the people who digged up or who dug up James Gunn's tweet in the past, my first reaction when that happened is like, dude, do you have no life? What are you doing with your time that you're spending all those hours just going back to 2009 and 2008? And it's like, dude, don't you have a life? So that says something, right, about that person, whoever dug up, or people, maybe not one person. That says something about them. It's like, really, your mission in life is just to, dug up old things like, oh my god, I'm gonna bring this person down. I'm gonna find it all the way to 2009, 2008. I'm gonna dedicate this whole day, 24 hours, to finding that one tweet. I feel sad for you, man. If you're one of those people, I feel sad for you. Now again, number point two, to Kevin's defense. Can people change? Yeah, but I don't believe that you can change people. People have to change themselves on their own accord. That's my belief. And if Kevin says that I've changed, yeah, I believe him. I grew up back when I was in college, when I was in high school. I was a stupid jerk, man. I was a nerd, but I was also a stupid jerk. You think I am jerk now? Look how I was back in high school and college. But I've changed. I've grown up. I've wised up. Am I not allowed to wise up? Am I have to be? Do I have to continue to be judged by how I was back in high school? By how I was back in college? No, because that wouldn't be fair, right? So that's point number two. Um, Now, point number three. Now, this is not to Kevin's defense, but sort of like a criticism of Kevin. Um, Dude, your first Instagram post, it's a bit antagonistic. It's a bit confrontational. It doesn't help your cause. Um, when you say Kevin has like, hey, I grew up, I've changed. If you don't wanna, if you wanna keep pressuring me to apologize, and if you keep telling me to keep bringing this up again and again, hey, that's on you, man. That's your problem. No, 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 Kevin. No, no, don't play it that way. Look, you get part of being mature, part of being wise, part of growing up is sometimes having to say I'm sorry multiple times. I know it sucks. I know, but I had to say sorry a couple times to my sister for the same mistake. Um, and that's just part of being an adult. So I mean, yeah, somebody found out the truth about your past, and you can say like, "Hey," the first thing you could have said, Kevin, is, "Hey, I'm sorry. I apologize for what I said. It wasn't, it was not a funny joke. I'm a comedian. I say jokes. Sometimes they're not funny. Sometimes they're funny. But then these ones are, that don't land. Whatever. You just say sorry, and then you say the other things like, I'm sorry, but I've grown up. I've wised up. I've changed. I'm not the person how I was back in 2009 when I said those jokes. But no, Kevin, you went with the antagonistic way. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. That just triggers more people, man. You want people to get on your side, and you're not helping your cause by putting the blame back on them. It's like, hey, the onus should be on you for not, or the onus should be on you for bringing this up again and again. No, no, Kevin, you got to play it right, man. You got to play it right. So that's point number three. Point number four. Um, it and this is what I said when James Gunn got fired, and when that Trevor Noah thing came up with the Daily Show. Um, and I'm bringing it up right now too. It just frustrates me that these people have to either lose their job, um, or get this much of a backlash when we have a president who says worse things, worse, 10 times worse than what Kevin Hart tweeted. It's just like, and he's still the president. There's no accountability. It just frustrates me, man. uh it's like this double standard that's going on around. It's like, oh, if you are Trump or Trump's closest circles, you'll be fine. Whatever you tweet, it'll slide. But everybody else, fired. Ah, that's just my personal, pet peeve, man. It just bugs me. You know, um, Hosting the Oscars, that's like a once in a lifetime gig. And this is Kevin Hart's first time. I'm telling you, he's gonna do a great job given the opportunity. And he's gonna lose it just because of this. Now, I totally get it though. I totally get it. Why the Academy uh would not want Kevin Hart, or would demand Kevin Hart, would give ultimatum to Kevin Hart, since he refuses to apologize. I get why they do that. Um, it's simple. It's PR. They're already struggling with ratings in the previous years. They even came up with that stupid best popular film category. Fortunately, it got scrapped. So they're like freaking out. They're like, they're like, chicken without his head. Like, oh my God, no, not again. We can't lose another year, another year of ratings. Come on. Why, Kevin? Why can't you just apologize? We need those viewership, man. so, so it's all from a business standpoint, man. If you say it's from the moral standpoint, yeah, that might be the case. But if you ask me, it's more for business. They're desperate for more viewers. So they're desperate to make themselves relevant somehow, and now so they're like they can't risk having another controversy like Oscar so white and what have you, and now this they're freaking out over this. So it, I totally get it. I totally get it. It's business. It's nothing personal. Um, I think though, if the Academy chooses to fire Kevin Hart by tomorrow, I'm assuming I'm imagining there's a super secret meeting right now at the 11th hour, the Academy, uh, where the producers and the president, everybody's like getting together. I was like, with their cigars, like, oh my God, oh, what should we do about Kevin? I don't know, man. Let's put a vote to it. I'm imagining they're discussing it right now. We might hear news by tomorrow whether or not Kevin Hart still has a job hosting the Oscars. But I think if the Academy fires Kevin Hart, um, that's a loss on their part, man. That's a loss on their part. Um, I get why. Again, I totally understand their decision, but it's if you want to keep the Oscars relevant, having somebody relevant like Kevin Hart is one way to do it. Kevin Hart has a huge fan base. Kevin Hart is the current hottest thing on the planet right now. So if that, if viewership and ratings is what you're going for, Kevin Hart will get that for you. So I'm saying that if they fire Kevin Hart, it will be a loss on their part, from a business standpoint. Um, and I don't know who else would replace, or they would have to replace Kevin Hart. I can't think of another candidate. I mean, other comedians probably will be like, why would I want to take that job? That's Kevin Hart's job. They're like a tight knit group, man. You pretty much fire one of their own. So it's gonna be pretty iffy situation. We'll see. We'll see. Um, so my conclusion is, before I let you guys go, is that there's blame to go around. Um, Kevin, you should probably, if you really want this job, man, obviously from your Instagram, you're like, hey, it's okay if I don't have the job. But if you still want to, have your first Oscar hosting a gig, dude, it doesn't hurt to apologize. Just say sorry. I've grown up. The whole shebang that I just mentioned earlier. It doesn't hurt, man. It doesn't hurt. Why not? We the fans want to see you up there. Um, but hey, if you're too proud, I guess that's who you are, and that's. I guess the Oscars will have to try to find another host, and good luck to them trying to find another comedian that would take that place and would still draw the same audience. Yep, those are my thoughts. Let's go to the chat real quick here before I go. Uh, oh, Miss Caramello is here. I was thinking about the fact that he has a movie coming out in January. Yeah, I think he does, right? He has a movie like every month now. Holy crap. Pride comes before a fall. They could dust Billy Crystal off, but he used to play Sammy Dent. Oh, Billy Crystal. And you know what? To tell you the truth, I'm tired of Billy Crystal, man. I love the guy, but I, I grew up watching him hosting the Oscars, but it was like, come on, Billy Crystal again. So we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen here if Kevin Hart goes. Who do you think should replace him? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And thanks for tuning in to this special edition of Rama Screen Live. Let's rock this.